Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about events in ServiceNow. Events are an indication in ServiceNow that something notable has occurred. Events can be generated by server-side scripts, workflows, ServiceNow processes, or any user such as impersonating a user, logging into the system, or viewing a record, or modifying a record, or creating a record. For any action is performed by the user, we can generate an event in ServiceNow, and we can also respond to an event or create an automation for those each of the events. So if you look at the events are way of running asynchronous programming in ServiceNow or asynchronous way of running some logic in ServiceNow. This is termed as one of the best practices in ServiceNow, wherein it won't block any resources that are available. Okay, so what is an event exactly? So events, when you generate something, it goes to an queue and it won't take any action at the first place. Unless we write a logic to respond these events in ServiceNow, nothing will happen when you just generate an event. So we have to, apart from generating an event, we also need some script or some way of responding to an event in ServiceNow. How can we do a respond? How can we respond an event in ServiceNow? Either you can create an email notification for the event or a script action. This is these two ways we can respond to an event in ServiceNow. Okay. Then what is the process for responding or registering an event, responding an event? What is the process? Actually, first you have to register an event. Otherwise, the system will not place that event into the event queue. So first you have to tell the system that okay, this is an event that you can expect to be created to the system. Otherwise, if unknown events are generated by you through the programming, it won't place them into a queue. That's fine. So first you will be registering an event. Second, you have to explicitly generate an event for the action or for some kind of an operation happened at the service now. You have to generate that in an event. Once the generation of an event is completed, then you have to write a logic to respond to an event. What is how you are going to respond to an event? There are two ways. One is you can send an email notification. The second one is you can create a script action. The script action will have some logic that will executed when the events get generated. So as shown in this picture, first you have to, in the first step, you have to register an event, and second step, you have to generate an event. Once you generate an event, and that will goes on event queue, and this event queue, it will have all the events that are generated at a given time, and each one will be processing in, first serve. And for event which are responsible for us, we are going to create a script to respond to an event. We are going to script to response to an event. Okay. What is the how you can register an event in ServiceNow? Let's go to the platform and try to search for event registry. So this is where you will be registering the events in ServiceNow. This is where you will be registering an event service. Now, what are the things that this form will have? What is the configuration that we need to understand here? So you have to provide a suffix to the event, and based on the suffix that you have provided, the event name will automatically generated by the system, and you have to link this event on which table that this event going to be triggered. In our case, the NeedIt application, and you have to give a priority and a fired by. Fired by and description, these are all the two string fields. This is for the documentation. Whenever you create an event, when you look back after some time, it should give an indication that where this is getting fired by, whether it is getting fired by script include, business rule, or some kind of a workflow, something like that, and what is the use of it, the full documentation that you can provide here. Then the queue. If you don't provide any queue name while you are registering an event, it goes into a default queue. But if you want to separate that, if you want to create these events with a different name queue, then you have to explicitly provide the queue name. This will be any user-defined value. Then the caller access. This will be used to provide a tracking for the events that you're going to register for. So this is a configuration that is available on event registration. How we can generate an event? As we discussed, any server-side script can generate an event, and also workflow event can also generate an event. So which method that we have to use to generate an event? So we can use event queue or event queue schedule. These are the two different APIs that are available in Glide's system server-side API, which will be used to generate an event. So as I said earlier, you must first register the event in the event registry. Those events only you can generate it by using this method. So how this event definition will look like? So it will take five parameter, and the last one is the optional one, and the first parameter is the event name. So which event that you are going to generate it, you have to specify that event name. Then the second parameter for this event queue will be always the glide record object. Either it could be a current object or it could be any glide record object. The next two parameters, parameter 3 and parameter 4, can be anything result into a string. You can use anything here which result into a strings. The fifth one is the optional. The fifth one will take the key of the name. As I said, while registering an event, you can generate an events with for the separate queue for the tracking purpose. Okay. One more time, it takes five parameters. The last one is an optional. The first parameter is always the event name that you are going to generate. The second parameter is the glide record. Sometimes we will be sending current, or sometimes we will be sending this by using the glide record API query or something like that. The next parameter 3 and 4, it could be anything which are resulting into a string value. Okay, how can we check the events that are generated? So you can go to the event log in the events module. Let's go here in the search for event, and you have event logs here. In the events, then you have event log. These are all the events that are created today. These are all the events that are created today. As I said, it will be having five parameters. The first parameter will be the event name. So this is the name of the event. Then the next parameter is the glide record. The next param 1 and 2 will be resultant into the next two parameters that are 3 and 4 will result into a string, and the last one, fifth parameter, will be the queue. So that's how you can check the events that are generated in a given particular time. Okay, then how you are going to respond to an event? You can respond to an event by sending a notification or by using the script actions. So you can do a script action right now. For script actions, let's go and see what is the form configuration look like. Script actions. So if you click on new, this is the form for the script action. So you have to select an event that you're going to generate, and which will be processing, which will be responding to this particular script action. So you have to select an event name. When this event gets generated, then the script action will be responded for that particular event, and it will be having a conditional script. If the conditional script has to return always true, if the script which is provided in the script field needs to be executed. If this resulted into a false, then the script will not be executed. If the script needs to be executed, then the condition should result into the true. Okay. These are the configuration levels of the script action. The important thing here is you have to link an event to the script action so that when the event is generated, the script will be executed. It will also have a condition field. This condition field should resultant into true to execute that script. So how we are going to, in the script actions, how we are going to get the information from the script? You can use event.param1 or event.param1 to get the values from the event. If I'm sending, while I'm generating an event, if I send parameters in my event queue with the parameter 3 and 4, and if I would like to read that information, I would use the event object to read that information as shown in this screenshot. So as I said, while responding to an event, um, you can have the script will be placed here in the script actions. Okay, then we discussed about parameter 3 and parameter 4. How about accessing the parameter, the glide record that we are passing while generating an event? In the script action, you can read that information by using the current object. By using the current object. So you will have a two objects that are handy while you are working on script action. One is an event, another one is the current event. Let's go and look at the use cases that we have today. So register and generate an event for overdue needed records and respond to an event by creating a script action, and in this script action we are going to change the priority of those needed applications to 1. So in previous discussion, while we are discussing about the scheduled jobs, we already created scheduled jobs for it. So right now we are going to generate an event through the scheduled jobs. First, let's go to the process of the event generation. So first we have to register an event. First we have to register an event. Go to the studio and create an application file and click on event registration. In the event generation, we could give a meaningful suffix that is overdue, need it, records. And what is our table name? The table name is need it. And give up, let's leave priority as 100. Fired by, we are firing this by event is getting fired by scheduled job. And this event is going to be processed by script action and change the needed application priority to 1. And I'm not going to place any queue, so by default it is going to the default queue of the service now. So as of now, we just generated an event. We just registered an event. The next step is we have to generate an event. What we discussed here, we are going to generate this event in this schedule job that we have created, or the schedule script execution that we have created. From here, go here. Previously, we are just logging this message, right? Instead of that, right now, let's generate an event queue. And what is that event queue definition? It will be having 5 parameters. The first parameter will be the name of the event. Which event that we just created? This is the one. Let's copy this. event name, and it also takes the glide record object. So I will be passing the current glide record object for each iteration. Then there will be a two string values. There will be two string values. Get username, get username. So this will give you the currently executing the username. And also what else we can share here? Also gs dot let's say that's it. I would like to keep that second parameter as an empty one, and the last parameter is optional, so I'm not going to say anything to here. And save this. So right now we are also generating an event in the line number 11 by using the event queue method, and we are sending the current glide record which we are generating, which we are gliding here in the line number 5, and we are iterating over each of the record that match the condition where when needed is already in overdue and the state is not closed complete. Okay, so now two things been completed. One is we registered an event, then we generated an event by using the um, event queue method. Next one is we have to respond to an event. What is the use case here? We have to change those records priority to 1. So that is we need to execute some script. So to execute a some script, what is the option that we have? We can create we can create script action. Script action. So this script action has to have a event name that is going to be generated for this particular script action. So this is going to be processed by, so this is overdue needed record. So when this events get generated, this script action will be executed. Overdue needed records. So change the priority to 1. So what are the objects that are available? There will be two objects which are available. One is the event, another one is the second one is the current object. So current will be having the glide record object. So current dot priority equal to 1 and current dot update. So we are changing the priority of those needed tasks to priority 1 because it's already been overdue. And before we are going to execute or generate an event, ensure that the script action is active. So let's make this an active and save it and go to the schedule job that we have created and try to execute right now. And go to the events. How we can go to the event log of event log in ServiceNow? Go to the platform view and type event log. This is the place where the all the events will be generated. And let's go here, show matching. So these are all the events that are generated right now, and this is for this generated good number of entries 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go to the NeedIt application and see if this priority got changed right now. Yes, if you look at it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 6 record priority got updated by the script action because these are all the overdue NeedIt records. And let's go create one more use case where that use case is all about Same process, register and record an event for due soon needed records. For needed records which are going to be due in next 24 hours. So we already created an schedule script action for the same. We already created a schedule script action for the same. So right now we just need to register an event and create a script action to respond that in event. And previously, if already been overdue, we change the priority to 1. If it is next 24 hours, we are going to change the priority to 2. So for that, let's register an event. Register an event. And the name of this event is overdue in next, overdue in 24 hours. Overdue in 24 hours. The table is NeedIt application. And let's say fired by scheduled script action sets the state of the record to record priority to 2. Submit this. And we just registered an event. By using this event name, go to the scheduled script execution and here generate that in event by using the event queue method. Event queue method. The first parameter is always the name of the event. Okay, we need to copy the event name, not the suffix. And the next parameter is always the glide record object. Here the glide record object is NeedIt. And next, let's share the current logged in user, get username. And the next one will be the number of the record number of the NeedIt application. So glide record object dot get value and number field value. So let's save this. So we also generated an event. In this event, we first pass the event name, then the glide record object, and the third parameter is the logged in user who is running this and the number for the record. And at the same time, we have to create a script action. Let's go here, script action. And the script action, we have to link the event name to which the script action should respond. So next 24 hours, overdue in next 24 hours. What we have to do, we have to change the status to current dot priority to 2 and update that current dot update and ensure that it is an active. And let's save this. And Let's run this schedule script action so that the events will be generated. Let's see, events will be generated. This is the schedule script action overdue for 24 hours. Let's execute it. And we have to see the progress of those events by going to the event log, which will be having the all the events which are triggered on a particular time. So I don't see any records which are going to expire in next 24 hours. Let's go ahead and create or change one of the needed application when needed. Oh, this is already closed complete. This one will be the open one. Let's go here. Change the when needed date to, let's go here 22. 22 and give a 1 hour before testing. Please ignore. Save. And from here, go to the studio and execute the event. At least right now, I'm expecting one event generated for the record that we have created. Yes. Yes, this is the event that has just generated and the one that we have created. This is not the one. This is the one. 24411. And if you see that the priority got changed to 2. So in this session, we discussed about how we can register an event and how we can generate an event by using the event queue and how we can respond in events by using the script action. There is also a notification being sent for the event that we will discuss in the coming days. Thank you so much for watching.